has a somewhat looser feel to it.
Yeah, it's got an almost improvisational tone. Hey everybody, we're live on YouTube here, and I'm here with, or Twitch, what am I saying? I'm so used to being on YouTube. If you're in the chat right now, say hey, because this is our first stream on Twitch, and we have a big volunteer guest. We're both wearing our UT Pride. I've got with me Julio Borbón. He was part of the 2005 College World Series baseball team, played with the Texas Rangers, multiple teams, but everyone give a big welcome to Julio Borbón. Here you go, Julio.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Excited to be here. And obviously, it was fun times when I got a chance to take that class with you, and just excited to join you guys here for a little bit and see what you guys are up to with Kahoot and just to learn a little bit with you guys here.
Oh, it's awesome. Julio is going to help us out with the very first part of the Kahoot right here. So if you are joining up right now, I'm going to bring Julio over to the Kahoot screen, but we've got the Kahoot code in R, and so I think I might have paused your video, Kahoot, Julio, right here. You are no longer paused. We did some pre-show stuff before this, and we figured out all of the issues. So we are good to go. Got everything worked out nice and perfectly. So be joining up the Kahoot. Does everyone know where the Kahoot code is? So many people in the chat. Good to see you, Charlie and Andrew. And I think we're also streaming this on YouTube with the chat disabled, since I won't be seeing the YouTube chat. But be joining in. There's $20 on the line. There's $20 on the line, Julio. So we're
What?
I know. We got prizes this year.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I do remember Kahoot was definitely one of those that I really got excited and looked forward to every time I saw the announcement for it. So I'm sure, I hope these guys are enjoying it just as much.
Well, that's awesome. Let's hop over to they're doing emotes in the chat. Let's go ahead and hop over to the main screen right here. Let's do it. Okay, so Julio, I've got you right here. I'm going to move you over. Julio, you're on the big screen. Actually, you know what? We need,
I see it.
We need you to be on a bigger screen. There we go. So we can put you right up here in the corner. Oh, I've got the code. Meant this to be full screened. There we go.
Look at all these names. Excited Octopus, Bold Lark, Gentle Tiger.
I love it. I love it. I love it. No, it's so awesome. I think Kahoot's one of the best ways to learn. And I will say this, since like last semester got really crazy, right, Julio? You kind of saw it, and we're all there for each other. We're all helping out each other. And a lot of these questions I made them like the Respondus test they'll be taking. So Julio took Stat 201 and knows some like QQ straight enough. Oh, Julio froze up for a second there. Can you hear me, Julio?
No outliers. So I was just
I
was just reading you the slope interpretation. I don't know if you guys probably haven't gone there yet. For each unit increase in X, we'd expect Y to increase by or decrease by B1. Like, I remember Kahoot was just like one of those things that I got so pumped about. Like you were mentioning, it helped me so much to get a good grade on the class. Just being able to learn this way rather than just like reading or doing quizzes. I think it's a fun way to do it too. You're able to kind of come and it's a little bit of a competition, but at the end of the day, regardless of what you place, you come out winning regardless. Because a lot of the knowledge that I was able to acquire, I did it through Kahoot just because it was a way for me to review and make sure that I was on target and keeping track with class and all that. So it's definitely one of my favorite classes by far. I definitely miss it, and that's why sometimes I jump in whenever I get a chance and get to see you teach again, because it was something that I enjoyed thoroughly. So.
Just so you know, you could literally message me while I'm teaching and be like, hey, I want to go talk to your students. I'd be like, okay, everybody, Julio's logging in. And then you just hop in. Julio's got an open invite to our class at any time. And I really think this is the biggest thing to me, is like the volunteer spirit. We talk about vols help vols, and just everyone helps everyone, and we're there for each other. So like, I appreciate everyone helping out. We've almost got 50 people in. We're going to start here in 2 minutes, Julio. So we'll
no worries.
I know
it's fun. To me, it's especially these times, man. I really understand like what a lot of the students are going through. I know I was in school way back when we didn't even have any of this stuff in mind that we were gonna be dealing with today. And I'm actually enrolled in school now, taking a lot of online classes with you guys. Some of you guys might even be with me in classes, but it's one of those times where we just have to embrace. We have to kind of make the most out of it, keep moving forward, keep doing the best you can. I know some days it seems like there's not an end, but we look where we are now. So it's where now. This started back when I was taking the class in the spring, and we're in the fall now, and you just got to keep that good energy, good vibes, and make sure that, you're doing the best you can. Because, I mean, we understand the circumstances and the things that you guys are going through. But if there's one thing I can tell you, there's light at the end of the tunnel. So take advantage of these classes, especially this class for sure. Is one that I was just talking to Brian. I mean, I'm applying it even in my job with the Yankees, and statistics is we apply it everywhere. So the stuff that I'm doing with baseball and how analytics is involved, I mean, I've been able to use all the stuff that I learned, really honestly, like so much of it, and applied it to the things that I'm doing. So it's something that I just wanted to share with you guys, because I literally was in the middle of this class when all this broke at its peak. And, I'm still going. I'm working on graduating too, even though I'm like 15 years removed. But I mean, keep going, guys, is something that I can definitely tell you. And you guys are going to be thankful at the end once you guys have completed it and are graduating and learning things that you're going to be able to apply once you graduate. It's a good time still, regardless. So go ahead.
I couldn't agree with you more, Julio. And your positivity and everything is what's awesome, because I think it's one of the best things we can do during these times. And it looks like we're going to start the Kahoot here, and Julio is a Stat1 expert. So like, you guys are reviewing. Let's go ahead. I'm going to lock the Kahoot right now. So get ready. We're going to start this. Julio's going to be here for the first question to help out. So we're going to have a little back and forth and figure out what's going on. The Kahoot is now locked. So it looks like we got 41 players in. Let's go ahead. I'm going to bring down the block so people can see the code with ****. And we're starting this Kahoot. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. What's the first question? Ready? All right. Which graphics display categorical data here?
Oh, it's categorical.
Man,
wait a minute. Oh, no, Julio. I think I made a mistake.
You did?
Because I think it's supposed to be histogram, unless I switched up the first question. Oh, everyone's going to hate me, Julio.
Oh, you messed that up? Go ahead.
Because we know what displays categorical, right?
You guys do, right?
It's going to be pie chart. What else? Bar chart. And then a Pareto. But I think I made a mistake, and I think this is the next question. Oh, no. This is Julio. I was telling
What you got?
Oh, they're doing plus error on here. So everything's fine. We'll do one more here. But I was so afraid.
It worked out or no?
It worked out. I was so afraid that I entered in the wrong thing. I started to freak out, Julio. And so I was really... Do you want to do one more question, Julio, and actually do one more question?
Go ahead.
They're really good here. We'll review real quick, and then we'll do the next question, and I'll let you go. Thank you so much for being here. Pie charts and bar charts display categorical data, and a Pareto is a special case bar chart, and a histogram is quantitative. Histograms are quantitative. So, Julio, we need your help with the next one. It's going to be a little similar, I think, but here we go. The next question is, and we currently have Awesome Wolf is in the lead. How can anybody possibly beat Awesome Wolf?
That's one of the best names. Definitely. I mean, oh my God, it's Awesome Wolf.
But I want you to give one of these people right here your like Julio vote of confidence. Which one are you going to vote for? Which one do you want?
I got winning. I definitely got to go. I'm going to go with Magic Finch. I believe in you at least. At least I need you in the top 3 here. I need you to finish in the top 3.
Magic Finch, it is all about you. Remember, there's $20 in the line. Julio, one more question. A little back and forth here. Sorry, I about freaked out because I was writing this earlier today.
Go ahead.
Next question is, what is the proper measure of spread? So how does this histogram look, Julio? It looks what?
It looks... Give me a couple options.
Does it look unimodal? Does it look skewed? Does it look...
It's definitely...
Yeah?
Go ahead.
Is that you were going to say?
You said unimodal?
Yep.
It's definitely not skewed left or right. It's definitely unimodal.
So that would make standard deviation the measure of spread. Sorry,
How many guys got it wrong?
A lot. We need to talk about this, right, Julio?
Yeah, go ahead. We got to get this.
Do you want to hang out for this one, or this is it?
Go ahead.
Okay. So the way we know measures of spread, let's review, everybody. You ready? There are only 2 measures of spread we use. There's IQR and there's standard deviation. And how do we know which one to use? Whether or not it's skewed or what else? When it has the bell-shaped curve, what do we call it? We call it what? When it's unimodal symmetric, it's got the z-scores. It's the what curve? It's the normal curve. So with this right here, This is a normal curve. And so this is unimodal and symmetric. And that makes the proper measure of standard spread, standard deviation. I'll let you go, Julio. I mixed up the questions, I realized, because you can choose that in Kahoot, and we had planned for the first questions. So Julio was ready, and we were like, okay, we're going to do the first question of this. And I hit randomized questions. So that's my fault.
No worries. No worries. Good seeing all you guys, or at least chatting with you guys. If you guys have any questions about anything, I mean, I'm obviously in the baseball industry. Just send me a message via Instagram, Julio Borbón 20, or just reach out. I mean, I can share anything or talk to you guys about anything. I know those days, especially back when I was there was obviously some things that I had to go through understanding. Like I was talking to Brian with the way that I was adjusting to school and especially these times. So let me know. I'm willing to help in any way, and good luck to you guys this year with stats.
Julio, I just dropped your Instagram in the chat. Let's see. You guys say, hey, you want them to shout you out on Instagram, or say, hey, do you on Instagram, follow you?
Yeah, if you guys want to send me anything, just any questions or anything, we can talk there. Okay.
Thank you so much, Julio. I'll let you go, and thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Good luck, guys. See ya.
See you, Julio. Awesome. Thank you so much again, Julio. I mixed up the questions, so I really appreciate it. Oh, converting meeting. Nope, stop. There we go. So no, I feel so bad because we were going to do a first question, and then I mixed it up, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, because the first question actually has histogram in it. So let's make sure we all know these questions. Are you ready? Lots of fun. First time on Twitch, really exciting. Once again, thank you to Julio again for being here, and everyone's saying thank you in the chat. And feel free to click on his Instagram. If you got Instagram, go ahead and follow, like. What do you do on Instagram? Someone tell me in the chat. What do you do on Instagram? What do you do on Instagram? We have a second Kahoot coming up later. What do you do? I don't know. Chat's going to have to tell me what you do. You follow on Instagram. Awesome. So go ahead and follow Julio on Instagram. Post pictures. That's what you do. So go ahead and follow Julio on Instagram. And with this right here, we need to know, here's the big notes to take. If a distribution is normal, proper measures of center and spread would be mean and standard deviation. Twitch is a little more slow than YouTube, I think. Like, it's not as live. Oh, maybe I have to change I can kind of see it too. You're right. Let me see here. Oh, wow. There might be even like a 5-6 second delay. There's like 5 seconds. I need to change the latency on that. Proper measures of center and spread. Let's say if a distribution is skewed, proper measures of center and spread are median and IQR. If you're looking for great notes to take, these are the great notes to take. Make sure you have this written down right here, that if a distribution is normal, it's going to be the mean and the standard deviation. The mean is going to be the center, and the standard deviation is going to be the spread. If a distribution is skewed, the proper measure is going to be the median and the IQR. Does everyone have those great notes right there? And there's going to be a second Kahoot after this. It'll be a little tougher because it'll be on coding. So make sure if you want, hang out. A great first stream here going. So hang out. Is everyone ready for the next question? I need some people in the chat. I need chat to be going crazy right here for the next question. How many points can we get this week? 500, and there's a lot of points. Awesome. Little cheat sheet to copy down. Yes. Thank you so much right there, DC. You guys and gals are ready for the next question. Let's do this. Oh my gosh, the whole leaderboard got shook up right there. The entire leaderboard just went haywire. Helpful Lemur is going to help everybody get first place. Let's check it out. Let's go ahead and see what is the proper measure of center. So look at this distribution up here, and how does it look? It looks skewed. This distribution looks skewed. If you're using the cheat sheet from earlier, you should have an idea. Yes, you can put it in the chat. That's going to help other people know that the proper measure of center, since it's skewed, remember you look at the shape, and since this is skewed, the proper measure of center might be either mean or median. It's not mean. Mean is for normal, and median is for skewed. Look at that. We're back on track. When it's skewed, the proper measure of center is the median. Oh, man, I'm so excited. This is working out. Know your variable types. I might put that up for later here. We'll play that later. Let's go on to the next question right here and see who's winning. It's going to be Eager Wildcat has a three-peat going on right here. Just making sure they get the questions right because they're getting bonus points. Helpful Lemur? Is that? Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Oh no, Andrew, that's all right, Andrew. Be talking in the chat. If you talk in the chat at any time during this Kahoot, I'm giving you your full 500 points for the week. If you talk at any point, I don't think Mubot's connected yet. Mubot will find Twitch maybe this weekend. So we might do some other streams because one of my goals, let me just say this real quick here, is if we can get partnered on Twitch, then once again, if we get Amazon Prime subs, then we'll send that money back to you guys and gals. Once again, we're doing like $20 Amazon gift cards. So we just want to give anything we get back to the students. If you yeah, Greaves, you got it right there. You got your 500 points. You showed up to the Twitch and just talk. Exactly. You got your 500 points for the week. Sometimes it's just random. Show up, do stuff, interact. That's how we learn. And you know how we learn? We go to the next question. The next question is true or false. The stem and leaf is skewed to the right. This stem and leaf here is skewed to the right. True or false? I don't think I can because it'll show the code. There'll be another Kahoot coming up soon. Playing for $20 in an Amazon gift card. $20 Amazon gift card. Email me if you are the winner. And there will be a 474 Tiger. You can play this one and the 474, and you can get the bonus points. But there'll be two. Oh, stuff is trying to maybe trick people, or maybe not. It is skewed to the right. Now, there's a trick we should know, and the trick is right to the high, left to the low, whatever way the tail goes. So what am I saying with right to the high, left to the low, whatever way the tail goes? If you look at these little monster dudes right here, these guys right here go from 1 to 100. This guy goes to over 9,000. We got to do memes. It was so forced, Brian. Why you do that? So we go back here, and here's the tail, and here's the tail on this guy. So it's right to the high, left to the low, whatever way the tail goes. Is it switched on stem and leaf? I'm confused. Well, that's what I think confuses people a lot of times. I know, right? Let's take a look at it. Which way do the tail of these numbers go? To the high or to the low side? If this was a monster, which we could screenshot and draw a monster over it, does the tail of the monster go to the high or the low side? See your monster to the high side, right to the high. So it's right skewed. Here's the tail of the monster right here on the high numbers. So right skew is to the high side, to the high values on the tail. Right to the high, left to the low, whatever way the tail goes. So who's with me on this? Do you think, feel free to ask questions in the chat between questions we ask so we can draw stem and leaves. You got it. Awesome. Right skewed. Can you screenshot and draw a monster? Of course we can. You ask, and the monster shall appear. Is it wrong button? Don't save. I'm just gonna. So many crazy things. Let's continue on right here. Let's draw the monster. And here we go right here. We've got this right here. And we go into Word. When you hover over it, you can barely see it. And here we are in Word. Let's draw the monster. You know what we're going to do? We're actually going to turn this like this. And now the number line is facing correctly. And we're going to draw the monster over it. And there. Better monster. There we go. And here's your monster dude. There is the monster. So does that make sense right there? Can we get... Yeah, sure. Just send me them. I'll tell Dr. Lou. All this. Yeah, right to the high, left to the low, whatever way the tail goes. Right to the high, left to the low, whatever way the tail goes. Just keep repeating that. Right to the high, left to the low, whatever way the tail goes. So you can just see the high side, the low side, all of that good stuff. Excellent work right there. So we know the difference between right skew and left skew. Good to see you, A, right there in the chat. And everybody, let's continue on right here. In the next one, we see Helpful Lemur. The leaderboard's a little locked up, but I want to see that leaderboard shake up this time right here. We're going to see the leaderboard go crazy. And with the leaderboard, let's do this right here. Which graphic displays quantitative data? Quantitative data. This was the one that was meant to be the first question. Julio and I were ready to go on the first question. Falls through the crane. You killing me, DC? So this is quantitative. 3 of these are categorical. 1 of these is quantitative. Put it in the chat. Who knows which of these is quantitative? Which of these is quantitative right here? Only one of them. Only one of them. And the only one is a histogram. You're right, Slim, right there. You know what's going on. It's a histogram. All these other ones right here are categorical. Why is it? You can make a bar chart of your favorite pies or a pie chart of your favorite bars. So I like to say that repeatedly. Marshall Erickson first said it on How I Met Your Mother. But you can make a bar chart of your favorite pies. So if you wanted to hear, let's go, this would be like apple, and what's another pie? Like Oreo. So you can make a bar chart of your favorite pies and lemon. And you can make a pie chart of your favorite bars. So there we go. This would be like bar A and bar B. So I don't know, barcade and whatever, half barrel other bars, but a bar chart of your favorite pies and a pie chart of your favorite bars. You're awesome. How I Met Your Mother's, it was great until the last season. Not saying any spoilers. Blueberry pie is awesome. And what else do we have? We have a Pareto. So bar charts, pie charts, and Paretos. Cool beans. Bars right there. A Pareto is a special case bar chart that has been put in order. So when you see the word Pareto, remember that Pareto, the P in Pareto, it doesn't stand for this, but I like to say it does, means put them in order. So the P in Pareto means put them in order. We got French silk pies in the chat. That's awesome right there. Now I want like blueberry, French silk pies, you know, cheesecake. We got to get all that. Last step is not saying anything about that last episode, but maybe saying something. Who is in the lead right now? Who is in the lead? Leaderboard, shuffle around. Kind Ostrich is coming back right here. Got some cobbler and tofu pie. Is there such thing as silken tofu pie? I have to try that out right there. It can have the line above it. It can have the cumulative frequency. So sometimes you see that, just so we can kind of mention that here. Sometimes you see like it'll have a cumulative frequency above it where it adds up the bars. It's not required to have that, but sometimes it can have that cumulative frequency above it where it adds up and it'll add up the amounts above it. So that's a great way to do it. Tofu pumpkin pie? That's either going to be awesome or not. That's the way most things are. Continuing on, let's check out. We need some winners right here. Let's see who's going to get the next question right. Question number 6. How many observations are there? So how many observations are there in this stem and leaf? I'd have to try a tofu pie. Apple, butter, pumpkin pie. Okay, that's my favorite right there. The observations in a stem and leaf are not these. This is the number line, just like a number line on a histogram. The observations in the stem and leaf are right here, and these are pulse rates. So maybe try to think what these pulse rates mean. So you have to count them up really quickly. It's definitely not 6. Doesn't look like 11. Probably less than 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 19 if you count all the numbers inside of here. Pretty good job following along right there. Put it in the chat right now. What was the lowest pulse rate in this data set? Sorry for the latency. We will fix that next stream. I don't think I can fix that live. If you stream on Twitch, please talk to me about streaming, because I have never streamed on Twitch till today, and now I have streamed on Twitch. We'll put it to 5 seconds slow chat right here, just so chat doesn't go too crazy. But yes, you see that the 68 right there is the lowest observation in this data set. And then what is the high? This is a pulse rate. This is a pulse rate, maybe of humans. What was the highest pulse rate in the data set? What was the highest pulse rate in the data set? What was the highest pulse rate in the data set? 110 right there. You got it. So this is basically just a number line. And to show you what it looks like, watch this. You ready for this? We can turn this into a histogram really easy. No, I'm so sorry right there, Charlie. We're going to fix that next Kahoot. Thank you, everyone, for our inaugural Kahoot. Next time, you know, we're all playing. Next time, I'm going to fix that latency. I don't know why we're not on ultra low latency, but check this out. We're going to draw the histogram of this right here beside it. And next time, I promise you, come back. You know, the less people here, I want as many people as possible, but the less people who are here, what does that mean for everyone playing? The less people who are here, what does that mean for you? Well, one, it means you review. And 2, it means what for your chances of winning? It means what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that 7? That's 7. So that's 7 right there, and that's the histogram. Better chances of winning. You know what's going on. We want to get as many people playing Kahoot and practicing as possible. But if we happen to have fewer people playing the Kahoot, no worries. You have a better chance of winning. That's the histogram. So what does it, you guys are awesome. What does it mean with the histogram right here is the difference between it and the stem and leaf? With the stem and leaf, what is the difference between it and the histogram? The histogram and the stem and leaf have what difference? And I'll be right back here in 3 seconds. I am back. Stem and leaves show the numeric values. You are right. The stem and leaves have the numbers. So we can see the actual numbers. You can see here that the one observation in this bin behind my head is the person who had 110. Now, we haven't answered this yet, but get ready because this is going to help you for something coming up. What is the bin widths of these stem and leaves right here? What is the bin widths of these stem and leaves? Where did you get 19 from? Which 19? I'm trying to think. Which 19? The bin widths are 10. I'm trying to remember which 19 we have right here. I might need a review of that to see where 19 came from, but you know what's going on. This is the right answer. It is 10 for this bin width. And let's continue on right here. Let's go back to the Kahoot. And let's see who's in the lead now. Ah, the kind ostrich. 19 was, oh, I'll show you on the next one. If you count all the observations, we will see the stem and leaf again. I totally forgot what the answer was. We got this though. I bet stem and leaf will appear again. It will in another question. We'll do that right here. So what is the proper measure of spread? First thing you want to do is look at the shape of this. What is the shape of it? It is skewed. Now there's only two measures of spread on the screen. You've got the standard deviation and the IQR measures of spread. Those are the only two options you can pick from. Standard deviation or IQR. So which one's the right one? Well, if it was normal, the answer would be standard deviation. But since it's skewed, it's going to be IQR. Boom, everyone's getting that one right there. You know it. So what else? We have a few more stem and leaf things coming up right here. Let's see who's going to be in the lead now. I love it when the leaderboard shakes up. Decisive Frog. I'm trying to remember who Julio said would be his top pick. It was Magic. Oh no, did someone fall down the leaderboard? No, Charlie. I'm sorry about that, Charlie. Andrew. F in chat. Pay respect right here. We need Magic Finch. Magic Finch, where are you at? Where are you at, Magic Finch? Let's find out the next question. Here we go. The next question is, what is the proper measure of center? This is a lot of review on shape, center, spread. This is a normal curve right here. Since it's the normal curve, what do we use for the center? Now, there's only two possible answers for center. There's only the median and the mean for the center. So median and mean are measures of center. Have that in your notes. And then which one is the proper measure right here? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So if you put median, that would be if it was skewed in like the previous question. But have in your notes right now that center is either going to be the median or the mean. And wait a minute. In tonight's visualization, do you remember? That was a mean question. Sorry, Andrew. In tonight's visualization homework or visualization assignment, you have to pick between either the mean or the median and the standard deviation or the IQR. So when you make those picks, look at the shape of the distribution. I'll let you put it in the chat right now. What are the two proper, so this is hints for people doing it right here. What are the two proper measures for center and spread for the distribution? How do you calculate the standard deviation? We do it with calculators. Great question right there. I'll show that how to do that. For visualization 2, it's skewed. So since it's skewed, what is the proper measure of center and spread? Rocky Top Stats, good to see you. But it's skewed, remember. This one was normal. You might have to reload the page. IQR and median. If it's skewed. If it's skewed, it's IQR and median. And if it's normal, it's mean and standard deviation. So do visualization number 2, check it out. And I think there was another question in here. How do you calculate standard deviation? We will calculate standard deviation using JUMP. So let's open up JUMP real briefly and just show real quickly how to calculate standard deviation. If you have data inside of JUMP right here, you can go to your data set and then go to Analyze and then Distribution. So go to Analyze Distribution, double click a quantitative variable like file size, then click OK. And then I like to turn it this way. And the standard deviation is going to be right here. Now, here's a hint for, especially if you want to make things easier. You can calculate the IQR by going to Customize Summary Statistics and then selecting the interquartile range. So Customize Summary Statistics, select the interquartile range, and here it is right here. You can calculate it yourself by doing Q3 minus Q1. Let's show that on the calculator right here. Calculator's behind me. So we can go Q3 of 148.4225, the 75th percentile, and subtract from it the 25th percentile right here. So that is the IQR, and we get the same thing that's on the screen. So that is how we calculate the standard deviation. We won't ask you to calculate the standard deviation on a test. Do statisticians, most of them don't do much by hand because it just takes too long. On the test, we don't ask about standard deviation because we expect you to use technology and everything. But all this stuff right here, and TI is really good too. I think I have a video on the TI. So IQR is for skewed. Anything that's skewed or has outliers, yep. Numa, good to have you, and Sunlit and Andrew. So IQR and median are for skewed or outliers. And we have a good video on that yesterday too. It asks you to calculate, yeah, so my Pearson can ask that and stuff, but we won't do that on the test because we don't expect you to do it with calculators and stuff. We expect you to do it with jump. So on my Pearson, it will ask you to do it, but on the test, we don't. You don't have to have a graphing calculator. We don't require it. Yep. So that's got the question out of the way. We will see that stem and leaf again. Sorry, I forgot what the 19 observations were. 40 people playing strong. Love it. Who's in the lead now? Magic Finch. Magic Finch is coming back in the lead right here. Let's see it happen. Question 9. What is the bin width for the stem and leaf? I said the stem and leaf would recur. Now you should know the answer really quickly right here for the stem and leaf. Who knows the stem and leaf? The bin widths for this stem and leaf right here. Who knows? Now, bin widths are how far apart each of these are. Now, usually there's a key on here telling you what these numbers mean, but these are pulse rates. So it's like 68, 68, 68, 69, 70, 71, 71, 110. So each of these go up in units of 10. And there was a question earlier on how did we know there's 19 observations? This is the number line. This is the number line. Each of these are observations. So each of these, Magic Finch, make it happen. So each of these, gotta vote for someone, right? And so each of these is a person. So there's a person, there's a person, there's there. Does that make sense right there? It's not a trick question, I promise. Which of these, let's say, which of these is the third highest pulse rate? What's the third highest pulse rate? In this data set right here, what is the third highest pulse rate? Who knows the third highest pulse rate? And great job in the chat. Chat's awesome. It's 96 because that's 110, 104, 96, 90, 88, 88, 86, 82. So we can see all the different pulse rates right here and just identify them as individuals in this data set. So last question. Let's see how Magic Finch is doing. Magic Finch. We need Helpful Lemur to get it wrong. Helpful Lemur. You're probably like, no, why are you doing that, Brian? Why are you doing that? Why are you saying that? Let's find out right here. Who's going to win? Let's check this out. Which of the following describes shape? Oh, this is so interesting. Such an interesting one to end on. That says bimodal next to me. Such an interesting question to end on. Let's see right here. Is it you, GL? Is it you? Did I just say like a... Let's see. How do you find the bin width again? Great question. We'll do that next here. So we'll go back and we'll do a bin width question, and then we'll do the 320, 474 TA after a short break. So I'll even send that out as a code. So this is, everyone's going to go crazy because this one right here, there is no wrong answer. Shape deals with whether it's skewed or symmetric, whether it's uniform, unimodal, or bimodal, and whether or not it has outliers and gaps. So all of this right here deals with the shape. Everything you see right here deals with the shape. So the question was about bin widths. So we can do a lot to identify bin widths right here. Let's take a look at this histogram right here and take a picture of it and find out the bin widths. So how would we find the bin widths? So to find bin widths, we're going to go to our graphic and enhance it. And what do? We go in here and we identify how many bins are in a number line. So let's see. Between 0 to 500 are how many bins? So great question there, A. Franck right there. Let's go right here and take how many bins are on that number line? From 0 to 500, how many bins are on that number line? I think, yep. So there's 2 bins right here, and the distance right here is 500. And so you do 500 divided by 2. And the way you know you've done it properly is if you can write the numbers between it. So if you can go here and write 250 and that makes sense, then that's the bin width. So the bin widths are the literal widths of these bins right here. So we can do another one real quick right here, and we're going to see who the winner is next. But let's go ahead and open up a new data set if I can get a new data set open. So let's open up the movie data set. Open up the movie data set right here. Let's go to gross sales in millions of dollars, or tickets sold in millions, and take a look. Now this is in millions of dollars technically, but who here can identify the bin width of this distribution right here? What is the bin width of this distribution on the screen right now? What is the bin width of this distribution on the screen right here? This one's a little trickier. 2.5, you're getting it. Because if you look at this right here, we have that there are 2 bins between 0 and 5. So the mathematics would be where you see on the number line. So let's kind of put in the chart here. So we would say large number minus small number, and then we put number of bins. So it's technically 5 minus 0 over 2. So that's the mathematics right there. Since there are, you go big number minus small number divided by how many bins. So write that down if you want. You take the large number minus the small number, and you could do it for any of them, like 25 minus 20 divided by 2, and that will give you the bin width. But we got to see who the winner is. We got to find out. This is going to be really awesome right here. Let's check it out. Who is going to be the winner? We've got Kind Ostrich in 3rd place. Ooh, leaderboard might have shook up a little bit. We've got Red Wombat in 2nd place, and the winner of the $20 gift card is, who's going to win it? Helpful Lemur, I think all the way from the start. If Helpful Lemur, are you in chat? Magic Finch in 3rd place, 5th place rather. Bunch of people winning prizes right there, and we are doing excellently. How is everyone doing? Is that you right there? Great job. We're going to play one more. Should we chance it and just put the code on the screen? The worst thing that happens is we get Kahoot bombed. What do you think? Should we chance it and leave the code on the screen? The worst thing that happens is we get Kahoot bombed. How do you make a new data set on Jump to find standard deviation on the homework? Great question. To make a new data set inside of Jump, have anything open in Jump. So have anything open in Jump and go to File, New, Data Table. File, New, Data Table. So have any window open active inside of Jump, and then you can paste in data. You can go to Edit, Paste in data, but you go to File, New, Data Table. So that right there, or Control or Command N, we'll do it right there. I need some votes in the chat. Mewbot's not here to count votes, but what do you vote? Should we just display the code and everyone can join in? The 320s and 474s? Other than that, I'll send the announcement, change the code. But if you're watching live, you'll see the code. Nah, don't do it. So we should send the code. I need more votes than that. I need more votes. We need at least like 10 votes to tell me what to do. Send it or show it. Send or show it. Send the code out or show it. It's like 50-50 right now. Worst thing that happens is the Kahoot just gets spammed with bots, which we don't want. Oh my gosh, we are so between the two answers. Literally for every show, there's a send. Yes, count me twice. You won't doubt us if we submit a really high number of points this week, right? I didn't submit last week. Yeah, you're fine. Show it. Okay, we're looking towards show it. Okay, cool. It'll be easier, and we can hop right into it. And like, we'll find out what happens the hard way, right? Don't worry. We'll give it a shot. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to hop back to the main screen. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. I feel bad I caught Julio off guard with I told him what the first question was. I was like, the first question will be this, and we had planned. And then I was like, oops, that's a different question. So this is, no, you can stay around. You might not know the answers, but you can play. If you win, that'll be awesome. Like, you could win. So it'll be harder because it won't be for what you know. Does that make sense? I totally am up for as many people playing. And so definitely if you're in 320 or 474, you'll have a much larger advantage at this. And so maybe I'll send a reminder to them. Let's go back here to the main screen and put up our graphic right now. So I think yes, look at that right there. Cool. Okay, so ask your questions in the chat. I'm going to send out a reminder that we are starting the 474 Kahoot to 320 and 474. I didn't disappear. So, knocked my computer over there. So let me send this out that we are starting a Kahoot just for them. And I'll say, so I'm just going to send a billion announcements. So ask your questions if you have them in the chat right now. and we will be playing another Kahoot here in just a moment. So upper level Kahoot starting in 5 minutes. Code will be on screen. Okay, so the code will be on screen. So $20 prize. Amazon gift card. Who has questions? Any questions at all right now about the class, about what's going on? And then one more announcement to 320. Here we go. Upper level Kahoot in 5 minutes. And okay. Sorry for all the announcements. Why are they called Bimwits and not Barwits? Really good question. I needed some time to think about that. They basically are Barwits. If you want to call them Barwits, that's fine. But it's not a bar chart. So I think that might add confusion if you called it Barwits because they're not. It's not a bar chart. A histogram looks like a bar chart, but it's called a histogram. And a bar chart's for categorical data. So it's kind of the widths of the bars. And when you think about a bin, it's like a number line hasn't from 0 to 5. So it's like a bin where you put things into. So Stats can benefit from this Kahoot. Some. It's more on coding. It's more on coding, so I wouldn't say you wouldn't benefit from it, but I think it won't be as beneficial. So, oh wait, difficult questions. Wow, whoa, they actually give you a thing about your Kahoot now. That's really cool. Cool. So, I hang around Stat1 if you want to play. I don't know how many 324-74s we have. We might not have that many people playing this Kahoot. And if we don't have that many people playing the Kahoot, well then that means you've got a high chance of winning. Just to make sure, how many points did we get for showing up? 500. 500. I'm so glad everyone showed up. You know, we're here to have fun. We're here to learn. We're here to review. And that's the whole point of this, is just to learn, to review, and have fun. And so let's see this. We're going to 8-bit music. Okay, let's see. Show minimized instructions. We're good. Personalized learning, friendly nickname, randomized questions, randomized order. That's where I made the mistake. Classic. Okay, we're about to show the thing on the screen, the Kahoot code. Let's find out what happens when we do it this way. Only we'll know. Let's do it. Let's hop over to the main screen again. Awesome. We're on the main screen. Oh my, sorry if that was really loud for anybody. We got our 8-bit music going right here. Good, playing in the background. Join up with the Kahoot right there. How do you see the standard deviation just from looking at a histogram? So the more spread out the histogram is, I can pull up one here in the background. The more, if only one people, someone's gonna win right away. So the more spread out the histogram is, the larger the standard deviation. So standard deviation is a measure of spread, and the more spread out is. Now this one has a very large spread, and if it were to look more normal, it would have a smaller standard deviation. So great job. Glad to have so many people joining right here. Also, who doesn't go crazy. So changing this up a little bit right here, we can draw distributions that are apparently on the same number line. Let's pretend we got distributions on the same number line. This one here is very right skew. This one's going to be normal. And this one's going to be uniform. So which of these, A, B, or C, have the largest standard deviation? Which of these deviate most from kind of the center of the distribution? Which of these would have the largest standard deviation? A, if they all have the same number line on the bottom, which we sometimes write a trick question. A has the largest standard deviation. Which has the smallest standard deviation? So this is the largest. We'll put a large right here. That's the largest. Which one has the smallest standard deviation? C. And this, so this has the smallest. And you could even make an even smaller standard deviation by going here and doing something like this and make a really pointed one. So that one's now tiny. D has a tiny standard deviation. And this one has like a medium, just comparatively to each other. So when you look at it, standard deviation is a measure of spread. 1976. You kill me, Andrew. So right here we have the smallest standard deviation because it's most pushed together, and then we have the biggest standard deviation because this one spreads out the most from the mean. If the mean is down here, which it's really hard to see, you might say, Brian, that top and bottom will look the same, but the mean of the distribution is here. That's actually the mean in jump. Let me change colors here to space pen because everyone loves space pen. That's the mean. It's actually a little diamond inside of jump. And this has the most standard deviation from the mean. These other ones I drew are symmetric, and the data varies less from the mean and is more central around the mean. And so it's more central around the mean there. And then this one down here has the least deviation from the mean. So whenever you hear standard deviation, think like, how much does it deviate from the mean? And you see this one has a big deviation from the mean, and this one down here at the bottom has the least amount of deviation from the mean of the data. I mean, it does spread out some, but that has the smallest standard deviation. Oh, we got to show the code again, right? Did everything go crazy? There's the code again. We got 23 players. We're playing the upper level one. Code is on the screen. I'll probably let it be on the screen for another 3-4 minutes here. And we'll do it. We'll play another Kahoot. There'll be 2 winners today. Tell everybody, be like, I won the Kahoot. That's what you got to do if you win. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone in your class, I won the Kahoot. I got the $20 gift card. I'm sending out Amazon gift cards. I figure it's one of the easiest things to send. I'll send it to your UTK email. Make sure you send me via your UTK email so I know, like, hey, you're a UT student right here. And so that's what we got going on. We'll let this start up here. We're going to lock the game when it starts, so make sure you're joined in. Make sure you're joined in. I wonder how many people are watching on YouTube. I can't see YouTube comments, but we turned them off since I'm not there. Where do all the gift cards come from? Right now we're a little behind with the YouTube money, which we've made like 80 bucks of, and we've pretty much spent it all, and we haven't even cashed out yet. So if we do get, so one thing I want to say again is if we can ever have people Prime sub to this channel, we're more than happy to have you Prime sub, and any money we get goes back to students. If we start making a good bit of money, it goes out to scholarships or stuff like that. So we're losing people. No! What's going on here? Did that go through? Maybe not. Ever heard of... I haven't heard of that, Andrew. I'll have to check that out. We'll have to check it out. I think when we get closer to tests, we'll have a ton of people in the Kahoot. And we might even have a mullet next Friday. I might have it. I've got the length of hair. So we'll see what happens. There was a lot of voting for mullets in the chat. So with this, is everyone ready to start the Kahoot in 10 seconds? Is everyone ready to start the Kahoot in 10 seconds? Who's ready in the chat? Anyone ready in the chat? Not a single person's ready. Of course, there's a delay. Is it... Your name is crossed out, but I'm trying to play. We'll give it another 10 seconds. Ready? People are ready in the chat. I'm ready. I'm ready. I need to see some I'm readies. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's see this right here. We only got readies in the chat. I need some I'm ready. I'm ready. Look at that. We got a few more players right there with the I'm ready. Awesome. Okay, ready? Perfect. We're going to lock the game here. Let's see. Do we get any more people? We're going to lock the game now. Okay, here we go. Let's start up this Kahoot. Week 2, and I've got the music playing now. Quiz question. How many arguments does this have? How many arguments are in there? How many arguments are in there? And why can't I select the 8-bit music? I'm sad about that. Arguments are all separated by commas. So whenever you see a comma, there is an argument separating it. So it should be pretty easy for you to see. Is this all one argument here? Is this an argument? No. This is the from, to, and by for the default for the code. So great job. One thing we should know instantaneously, it's the picture of the people who are trying to solve the problem. We should see here that the sequence goes from 4 to 10 by 2. Can anyone maybe for a later question tell me the output of this question? Who in the chat before we continue the next one can decode this? Because some of the questions are going to have you decode what the code does. So it'd be really cool if a 201 student ones, because we're going to give us some answers right here. Who knows what this would do as output? You got it right there, Gatsy. So Gaddis. So great job. So many, usually it's names I know how to say on chat. Nice job, everyone in the chat. Andrew, I know who Andrew is. Let's continue on with the next question. Who's in the lead? That's some quick responses. Usually like low 900s is good, because I think it's like for every second, or that's really good right there. And with the delay. But who's going to win? Will it be Silly Wildcat, Rapid Goat, Cheerful Glider, Green Funny Chicken? Funny Chicken, you got my vote. Let's do this. The next question is, find the answer to what this solves for. The sum of the concatenated vector true, false, true. And I want you to hear how I'm saying this. The sum of the concatenated vector true, false, true. Now, trues and falses are seen as ones and zeros inside of R. So you can literally add up trues and falses. So what can we do here? Well, that's true, false, true. So is it going to sum up the falses or the trues? Well, R sees this true right here as a 1. R sees this true as a 1. It sees this false as a 0. So what do we get? We get... One of these days I'm going to select the wrong answer. You got this. Who's hyped right now? Who's like, I'm winning. I got this. When I click this page, it's going to be you. It's going to be me. Silly Wildcat and Green Pigeon. Silly Wildcat is just going to run away with the game right here. I need to see in the chat who's going to win. I need to know who's going to win. Anybody going to win in the chat? No one's going to win? Not a single person? My computer died, so I just guessed. Oh, no. Well, that's a good way to do it. I hope you got it right there. So we'll see. We'll see who's going to win. Let's see this right here. No. F in the chat. Let's see. Third question right here. Let's give this a shot. We've got here, how do we create a new column in a data frame? This relates to your homework, and I might be blocking the right answer, or maybe it was a wrong one. We don't know. So how do you create a new column in a data frame? Andrew, that is awesome, Andrew. Isn't there? Yeah, other Andrew's here. I see it. How do you create a new column? Now, $signs connect the data frame to a variable. So that's a very important thing to see right here. So you want to create, there's, I guess technically there's 2 right answers. How many people get the wrong technical answer? I feel bad because this is kind of technically a right answer. Oh, I'm so sorry if you, let me point out that this one's technically a right answer because if you already have the object df, but the way I called it df, that's a data frame. So what you have right here, and this is a good review that you have, give me full credit for it. I wish I could click in and give full credit. No, you know what? Oh, this should be df old actually. So what we're doing right here is I should have df2. So if you want to take from another data frame and store into, because I'm using the same data frame. So there's a technical issue on this one, but this is correct. And this df right here is a data frame. And so usually I'm just using the shorthand right here for data frames storing into something. This right here would take the object data frame and store it into the object column. I'm so sorry. And then this would take the object df, which is a data frame. Everything would have been correct if I just said df2 and right here. Everything would have been accurate if I said df2 from another data frame. We're going to add this variable in right here. So very sorry, but please note this right here that you can store into this object. The only possible right answers must have this to create a new column in a data frame. This is the column and this is the data frame. I need to see in the chat, at least 3 people need to type this. What connects a data frame to a column in a data frame, like a variable? What connects a data frame to a variable in a data set? What connects a data frame? I need at least 3 people. Yes, there we go. Chat, you're awesome. You know that those $signs right there are connecting those variables to those data frames. So the only possible answers were red or yellow. I'm very sorry. We got to find out who's going to win right here. We have right here Amazing Pony. Green Pigeon still hanging in there, but Amazing Pony galloping to the lead. Next we have, oh yes, Andrew. With that's dplyr, right? Andrew, I'm putting you at 600 points a week. We're breaking the rules right here. I believe that is the notation from dplyr, which is a Hadley Wickham package. And so great job right there. Next question, how do we use subset? So subset is in your assignment. How do we use it? I need to get out of the way right here. Whoa, where am I? No, there I am. Go out of the way here. How do we use it? Anybody know how to use subset? Anybody besides me know how to use subset? How do we use subset? Anybody know how to use it? Subset is going to take something. We need to tell what it's going to subset, and then we need to put in conditions. There it is, and there I am. So subset is going to take an object it's going to subset, and then conditions. And here's the thing. I want to point something out. This is what I often see, is that many people oftentimes put another comma. Now, if you put another comma, you're going to leave the arguments. So when you put another comma, you're going to leave your arguments. So you don't want to put another comma. That's a common mistake. They put condition 1, and once you put a comma, you're going to leave the condition space up there. So does that make sense? You write all your conditions just so we can kind of see, oh, I was going to do a bridge the gap between 201, and right here I had some Kahoot code. I had box plots up, but I was going to end with the pulse rates for the stem and leaf. I was going to show the stem and leaf, And then I mixed up the questions because I did it in order. I was going to be like, here's the stem and leaf in R. And I was going to be like, guess what? We're switching over to R. Here's the histogram in R. Here's a box plot of it. Here's a plotly, which is more Hadley Wickham, I believe. And here's a plotly box plot of it. So, and I was going to be like, here's the 5-number summary, which we're going to do this week. Sorry, 201, I forgot to do this. So you use commas. So every time you separate out, and you can see it on my screen right here. So if we make a subset and we go to subset, and then we go, do I have any data frames in here right now? I don't have any data frames. I'm going to go library, reg class, and then I'm going to pull up data survey 10, and then I'm going to subset survey 10. Now, please note, how do we do our code? Little bits. That's how we do our code. I need to see it in the chat. I need to put that on my soundboard too. But how do we write our code? We write it in little bits. That's what we do. We need that. That is our one of our new things next week, maybe. Who knows? But we code in little bits. So here's one of our little bits on line 10. And now we have the subset right here. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write a condition such that I'm going to hit enter to indent it. You can't get my conditions to work. Email me, we'll get it to work, or put it in the Discord. We will get it to work. Gender equals male. So, do we have capital M? Oh, this is what I'm going to code on the fly. I was like, I've done this before. There we go. There we go. So is it, oh, you're welcome, Elena. So if you notice right here, if I do another condition, notice how I'm coding in little bits. We could say height is greater than 70, and watch this subset right here. It's 313 now, and you see it decrease. Does everyone notice how I'm never hitting a comma? If I hit a comma, and I know the names of the variables inside of here, if I were to hit a comma, then I would leave this argument. So I'm not using commas, I'm using ands or ors to do new conditions. So you kind of see the sub indent I've created right here, but this comma right here is where I'm doing the conditions, which is a common mistake I see people make. And that's why I wrote this question right here. So hopefully this Kahoot is helping you out. Continuing on to the next question. And Amazing Pony, what happened? Colic happened. Sorry, Amazing Pony. Continuing on. Sorry, Amazing Pony. Why couldn't I guess this only against Andrew Jones? Rushed it. Let's do this. Andrew, I want to see you win. Andrew, what are you on here, Andrew? Are you on the leaderboard, Andrew? Are you on the leaderboard? That'd be awesome if you are. I got to hear from Andrew if he's on the leaderboard right now. Because if he's on the leaderboard, that is... That's awesome. You're in 16th? Oh, man, we got to see you win right here. Oh, no. I did... Continuing on, I'm glad Amir laughed right there. How do we create vectors inside of R? One of these is how to create vectors. We need a little thinking music. You got this, Andrew. You're not in last place. You are competing against people who are in the class, and you're not in last. That's good right there. That is good. Let's see. There's two very similar answers on here. It's probably between C or C. If you use like that, maybe they're trying to have me think of a wrong answer as a right answer. Got the right answer highlighted right now. When you make a vector inside of R, you need to make sure it's lowercase c. Andrew, you got that right? Andrew, you got that right? I hope Andrew got that. Andrew, I'm rooting for Andrew. I'm rooting for Andrew this whole game. If a 201 student were to win this, I'd feel amazing. So I'd be like so proud. No, okay, that's all right. Don't worry, Andrew. Don't worry. 2 other people got it wrong, Andrew. You got it, man. So here you can see right here, if you want to enter in data inside of R, if you want to enter in data, we just go like this, and we go something like this right here, and that's data now. You can just save into cars people own or something like that, and we have this right here. Now, I don't think I added this in. What amount does this person right here, who's the, let's put this, what amount does the 7th person have in this data frame? What amount does the 7th person have in this data frame? Lowercase c. Ah, you're close. You're really close. What amount does the 7th person have in this data frame? Good job, Andrew. What amount does what does the 7th person have in the data frame? Not really nada. It's that it's missing. We don't have information for them. So it's not like 0. It's that the information is missing. And notice how it changes colors right here between this right here. Yes, I can finally do it like that. It's like missing. We don't have data there. It's like you go and talk to them and they just say, Nothing. Nothing. I've only got a few sounds on my soundboard. So it's nothing right there. Now it's 0, and now it's nothing, missingness. So key right here, this is missingness, and this is nothing, like 0. So we'd call that 0. They don't have any cars. They don't have a car. And then this is, we don't have info on them. They never responded. So capital NA, be very careful, because NA is an object, and it can't find NA. NA like this is the word, and then capital NA, notice the color differences here. This is an object, this is a character string, and this is a special object, which means nothingness. So note those key differences right there, because if you use the wrong one, the code goes wrong. With that, let's continue on. Who's in the lead right here? Silly Wildcat. Oh, and this is a neck and neck race between Green Pigeon and Silly Wildcat. Let's do this right here. What does the following code produce? Oh my gosh. Whoa, and it's an animated Kahoot background. Whoa, maybe I didn't select an image. And it's like crazy music. Oh my gosh, and I think I only put 20 seconds. Andrew, that's awesome. That's what you've done. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I gave no hints. I wanted to see how people do with no hints. Who can write how this would read? Some people got it right. Who can write how this would read? I'm sorry, I accidentally put 20 seconds. I meant to put 30. That is my fault. Who can write how this would read as a sentence? Who can write as this would read as a sentence? Isaac, you're all right, Isaac. You got it. You okay? Who can read how this writes, or who can read this? Is 2 contained within the vector? Bingo. So that would mean, think how you would answer that. If I said to you, is 2 contained over here? Does that make sense when you read this? Is 2 contained over here? You would say that is true. 2 is contained over there. So that's what we're saying right there. 2 is contained over there. That's a true statement. And so the %I in % asks, is this contained over here? Now, %I in % always returns, let's put a hashtag right here, which is a comment, always returns the length of the vector on the left. Equals equals always returns the length of the vector on the right. And we can see this right here as I pull up some R right here just to practice, that we go and we do 2 %I in %, the numbers 1 through 5, and that just returns the length of the left. And we do 2 equals equals the numbers 1 through 5. This will check to see if 2 is equal to 1, 2 is equal to 2, 2 is equal to 3, 2 is equal to 4, 2 is equal to 5. Who in the chat, let's give them 1,000 points for this week. Why not? We're going crazy. You've stayed till the end. Who in the chat can tell me what this will put out as code? 30 people watching, and who can tell me what this will put out as code? Is 2 equal to the vector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Who knows? Boom, right there. Mystica Fox right there. You got it. Oh, did I run the code? Oh, I'm watching the stream. Yeah, there is a delay. I'll fix the latency issue. Oh, man. We'll fix the latencies issues, and this has been tons of fun. We've got the 2 Kahoots going. Let's see who's in the lead right here. And continuing on, it is Hero Seal, a big mix-up of the leaderboard right here with Rapid Goat, Silly Wildcat, and Hero Seal. Let's check this out. Question number 7. What does the following code produce? 2 equals 5. 2, the vector. 2, 3, 4, 5. You should know this. We've got 30 seconds on the clock for this one. What does this produce? It's seeing if 2 is logically equals. I don't know if you're switching over to Spanish homework or working on this, Andrew. We're having fun with you here, right here. Me gusta español mucho. Which one is it? You're doing both. That's awesome. Multitasking. And that, you know what that means? Andrew got this right. Andrew, let's give some props in the chat for Andrew. Some emotes. I don't know what we do on Twitch. Give emotes. Give some shout outs. Andrew got that right here. Andrew knows how to code. He knows how to read that code. Is 2 equal to those things in that sequence? Nice job, Andrew, right there. We're going to see. We want you to gallop up that leaderboard, and let's take a look at who's winning right. You might be the only 201 person here. Just for that, Andrew, you're at 1,000 points for the week. I'm breaking all the rules right here. Andrew, thank you for hanging out, having some fun, seeing some code, seeing what we do in some of the 324-74 classes. Let's check out. You're in 201. Awesome. You're at 1,000 points too. So awesome right there. Let's continue on breaking the rules. Too much breaking the rules for the week. We've got here Hero Seal and Silly Wildcat. So good to have you. Thank you for hanging out. Hopefully you're having some fun. We're just going to, we'll do this weekly. Hopefully people enjoy it. It's always for people. Oh, no, Duke. Sorry, Duke. What happened? Was that you? Were you in the lead? Fourth? Green. Are you in fourth? Are you a 201er and you're in fourth? Green Pigeon? You've been Green Pigeon this whole time? Oh, my gosh. This is interesting. Let's see this right here. Oh, wow. Green Pigeon. That's awesome. I'm still rooting for Andrew, though. Let's see it. Here we go with question 8. Which of the following are used for code? Now, be careful. Oh my gosh, I think I put the wrong answer. Oh my gosh, I put the wrong answer. I think I put this one right here. It's the blue one, it's the blue one, it's the blue one, it's the blue one. Oh my gosh, this is what happens when you make questions right before Kahoot. I think I meant to write functions. I totally messed up the Kahoot, everybody. Can I reset the points? I'm pretty sure I meant to put functions. Because I was like, wait a minute. I thought it was from... Hopefully I saved people. I was like thinking, I have a memory of marking this one, and I put code, and I meant to put function. Wait, no, that's right. The way I wrote it is not descriptive enough. Let me show you inside of R. Bad question, bad test question. Don't use all this for code. Yeah, that's for functions, right? Yep. I didn't save you. We're having fun, and hopefully Brian's not destroying your code. So this is used... Arguments go inside of here for functions. This is used for positions. I should have said positions right here, or elements. And so this is mainly used for arguments for functions. So you use this for arguments for functions, and I usually call these coding brackets. And I was, so usually like when you have a for loop, so you can see right here, the for loop is the function, and you put arguments right here. So these are the arguments. Does that make sense? Yeah, you're kind of right, Tiger. Hopefully I didn't destroy your score. I mean, I probably did. But the for loop is the function with the arguments. Does everyone see, like, this is the function, the for is the function, and the arguments go inside of it. And then right here is the coding brackets. I call those coding brackets. And then here is positions right here. Like you can say the numbers 1 through 5, position 2, and, because I'm doing this. There we go. The numbers 1 through 5, position 2, or the numbers 3 through 5, position 2 right there. So does this help make a little more sense of it on how we use the parentheses for functions and we put arguments inside of it? These square brackets are for positions, and the curly brackets are for coding brackets. The curly brackets are for coding brackets. So, everyone good? Did I destroy all the scores? I need my Thanos snap back to get rid of all the scores. That wasn't a good enough snap. Let's see who's in the lead right here. Hero Seal is still in the lead. Well, I don't feel so bad. Hero Seal is still in the lead, but Rapid, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. 2. Maybe you were in 4th, I think. Who's gonna win? We got 2 more questions, I think. Let's check it out. Solve the following code. Which true, false, true? Which true, false, true? So what does which do? Duke, we got you, Duke, man. You can do it. What does which do? Which returns the positions of the trues. So that's the answer. Which returns the positions of the trues. So we got a vector inside of here with the C, and the vector is a logical vector with true, false, true, and which returns the positions of the true. It tells you the positions of the trues. And if I can copy paste this in time. No, we basically got it. Watch this. What does this code return? I like to do some questions on the test like this. Imagine the test question said this right here. What does this code return right here? So remember what you just wrote. You just wrote 131. So the code you just evaluated evaluates to 131, and then go from there and tell me what this code right here will evaluate to. Kevin, you're right, because just look at it in parts, code in little bits. So we see here that this returns 1, 3, and then if we ask for the second element of that, it returns 3. So does that make sense right there, that it returns 1, 3, but then if we ask for the second element of what it returns 3? Does that make sense right there? Who's with me on this? That goes a little more advanced using positions, and if it goes too crazy, you could just store this right here into object X, and then object X right here. You could ask for position 2. You could ask for object X, which is just this right here, What if I say position 3 in object X? Who knows what position 3 in object X is? What is position 3 in object X? What will that return? Position 3 in object X. Boom, right there. I think that's ZT right there. You got it. It's NA. Position 3 does not exist. If you take a look at this, position 3 does not exist. So we get NA. Great job right there. Who here? We'll ask it at the end. I'm asking at the end. We got 2 more questions, I think. Hero Seal, still winning. Healthful Puffin. That's a cool name. This is the last question. This is it. Which of the following is how we find E? Be quick. Which of the following is the right way to find E? Now, I know E is 2.71828182845904523, all that good stuff, but what is the correct way to find E? Is it E? Is it E as a function with an argument inside of it of 1? Or is it something in my eye? EXP with a parenthesis, so it's a function. Yeah, you know it. You got it. It's EXP with a parentheses 1. And that literally takes E and raises it to the first power. Who's the number? He's cracking up in the chat. EXP1 right here. Boom, we've done it. That is how we find E right there. And that's an amazing job. Great stuff. Let's take a look. Let's see who's the winner. Who won? 3rd place. Helpful Puffin. Nice job. Great work, Helpful Puffin. Rapid Goat. Of course, Rapid Goat's going to win. Well, who was it? Was it? Sometimes I forget. So many animal names. Hero Seal. Amazing job. Who feels like they understand coding a little bit better? Did this help out? Duke, great job. Were you Helpful Puffin, Rapid Goat? As long as remember to email me if you won the Kahoot. You feel it helped? Good. We're going to try to do these weekly. I want it just to be a review. Tell people in class. I mean, it'll help some people. It won't help others. But hopefully people are enjoying this and it's helping you out, helping you understand how to code. And yeah. All I've got to say is I hope LeBron James isn't here. That's awesome, Andrew, right there. It helps subs because I had not watched the off-stars yet. Awesome. I'm going to try to do a little every day so I can master this. Yes. And really, that's the thing. If you're practicing right now, that's the way to learn how to code. Hop over to our Discord. Say hey in the Discord. Ask questions. We're dropping some answers here and there on how to do stuff. So the way you code, how do we code? I need to know from the students. I need to put in the soundboard, but how do we code? We don't sit down one day and learn how to code. You don't learn how to code in one day. You don't become a master coder in one day. How do you learn how to code? You know how to code. You know how to write your code. You know how to learn how to code. What do we do? Here's the hint right here. How do you write your code? Little bits. Little bits. That's how we do it right there. Practice. Also practice. With that, I'm trying to think what we could end on. You know what we might end on? We haven't played this before. Who wants to see a fun outro? I don't know which outro I have. Get ready for an outro you probably haven't seen. So we got a fun outro here. Let's end with some fun right here, and let's do it. So I'll be around. Email me later. I'll answer some questions, but let's end with a fun outro. It's going to be one of 2 things. Bonus points, you bet. You get your 500 for the week. Awesome. Let's do this. Email me if you have questions. We're going to do the fun outro. Email me. I'll talk to you later. Bye. We've almost got these new intros ready. We're almost there.
This has been going for like 20 hours. This ends now.